Since its grandiose introduction on the French Riviera a few weeks ago, the proposed Puerto Azul project has brought new focus on the Lighthouse Reef Atoll, particularly on a pair of islands designated for the billion-dollar development. Of the 6 coral isles within the atoll, Sandbourg Key and Northern Key are collectively known as Northern 2 Key. Both privately owned properties have been identified as the ideal location for an investment, the likes of which would be unrivaled in the country. In fact, developers say that Puerto Azul would be second only in scale and cost to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. As expected, the sheer magnitude of the idea and the manner in which it was put forward to prospective clients during a swanky event in Cannes to coincide with the annual film festival has given rise to more questions than answers. Pictures of government ministers rubbing shoulders with A-list celebrities, including John Travolta and Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli, have been floating around on social media and have caused the environmental community to raise a number of concerns. Those questions range in importance from the cost of the trip and if it was financed from the public purse to whether or not government, through the presence of Ministers Manuel Heredia and Erwin Contreras, have given the project its blessings. To get an idea of what's presently on the ground, or, as one unnamed developer would put it, the lay of the land, a team of reporters and cameramen was flown out to the island on Saturday. Northern Key from above is covered by well-matured mangrove patches. Its colonies of coconut palms, however, are being yellowed by disease. Once we disembark the aircraft and walk along the shoreline from the windward side of the island, it becomes apparent that there is a recurrent issue of debris washing up on the beach. That problem will be mitigated following careful studies identifying the source of the garbage. At the proposed 1,200-acre site are plans to erect a number of buildings, some going up and others protruding into the surrounding Caribbean Sea. With an estimated cost north of €1 billion, funds have already been earmarked for the project. While a design has been conceptualized, there are still a myriad processes to be undertaken, including an environmental impact assessment, as well as other relevant studies to determine the effect of such a development on the ecosystem. One concern that immediately comes to mind is that of wastewater and sewage treatment. According to our source, the main reason for Puerto Azul being an eco-friendly location is because they are catering to the world's uber-wealthy, and they demand that it be a beacon of sustainable development. That being said, in a letter to Minister Godwin Holt, chair of the Ministerial Investment Subcommittee, dated June 12th, a consortium of environmental NGOs acknowledged that a 5-point criteria must be satisfied in order for the project to be green-lighted. Is Puerto Azul socially and economically acceptable? Is it legally doable? Will the development bring revenue to the government of Belize, as well as meaningful jobs to the country? And, most importantly, will the project aid in enhancing the environment? Tackling the last 3 questions first, the owners of Puerto Azul assure that the project will see a significant employment of hundreds of Belizeans that will see them being trained in hospitality at the caliber of the few 7-star luxury resorts in the world. The jobs, as explained to us, will be a cut above what are presently being offered in the industry. Moreover, the income to be generated by such a venture promises to exceed considerably what is currently being driven in the tourism sector. Included in the blueprint are plans for a forward operating base for the Belize National Coast Guard, as well as a branch of the Immigration and Nationality Department. Their presence on the island is expected to be a deterrent for drug runners operating in the open sea. Once the plan meets all the aforesaid requirements, it is the goal of Domenico Giannini, president of Puerto Azul Exclusive Resorts and Hotels, and partner Fabio La Rosa, that it be a legacy property, one that goes beyond the $10,000 to $30,000 per night accommodations being offered. On the other hand, the conservation community has long made it a point that it is not against development, but any project, particularly of this magnitude, has to be sustainable in order to safeguard Belize's precious marine ecosystem. An environmental impact assessment, we understand, can take anywhere between 6 months to a year, with reassurances that ground will only be broken once all clearances have been given. But what does this development mean for Belize? It may very well be an opportunity for the economy, as well as the society and the environment, to grow sustainably if done correctly.